Hello and welcome to Tabletopology, you crazy people. My name is Jay and today I'm going to be looking at some October news. We've got a little bit of info on Speed Freaks and a very small spattering of news about the 40k codex for orcs, which I don't really care about. I'm mainly interested in Kill Team, and I'm fairly sure that there's going to be no link between Speed Freaks and the 40k codex and Kill Team. They don't seem to have any link between the two. If there's a surprise somewhere along the lines, I'll be very happy. But the reason I want to talk about Speed Freaks is something I sort of didn't expect, is that they're going to include rules for vehicles that you can buy. I say they're going to include. There are rules for vehicles that you can buy separate from the core box that you can use in the game. Now, that's important for a couple of reasons, as it's not a standalone box game. We're at least aware of that now. Not like that GW tend to do those, but in my head, I sort of thought that's what it was going to be, like a one box and done kind of thing. But I'm now wondering if they're going to have fairly regular expansions a la Necromunda, Kill Team, etc. So let's have a gander. So they've got this nice little funny video, which I won't properly ruin for you. It's not like a standard Games Workshop video, but just check it out. And the reason, right, they talk about the Orc Codex, fine. And they talk about how you can get this war bike mob and that'll help you out for Speed Freaks, fine. So there's 2 new vehicles coming in the box, and then there's more vehicles on the way behind that can be used in this game. Now, the reason I'm even making a video, and I think this is important, one, I might play Speed Freaks depending on the price. It's going to be pretty crucial for me, because I think Games Workshop really just banging out titles, aren't they? They had Kill Team, then they had the Rogue Trader box set. You know, they don't really let your wallet settle if you want to buy everything. However, you know, they also had the Adeptus Mechanicus, the box and all that kind of stuff, right? Speed Freaks has got my attention. It's sort of, it's from the old Gorkamorka, which I don't know too much about, but gives me that sort of Gaslands vibe. I'm not trying to say that they've copied Gaslands or anything like that, but you know, it feels like that kind of look, doesn't it? It's like Mad Max kind of style, right? But the fact that they're going to have these expansions, very interesting. So what I think it's going to be is that it'll be a little bit like Kill Team, in the sense that in the book that you get with the rules, they will probably have rules for these vehicles, and then you just have to buy the vehicles and play them. That's what I think it will be. I can't imagine those vehicles, because I think they're going to be used for 40k, that they're going to have, that it's going to be like an X-Wing product, as in you buy the vehicle and then you can use it in Speed Freaks, but the rules are with the vehicle. I think it's going to be sort of like the rules are going to be in the starter set. But I said that very loud. But I'm very intrigued in what is the direction for Speed Freaks. The fact that they're having stuff not included in the core set, they're not making it a standalone box game. Where does it go? What happens? Will there be more factions? Because it's called Speed Freaks instead of Gorkamorka, which to me sort of implies they're going not necessarily away from the orc thing, but they could go away from the orc vibe of it, and you could include other factions eventually. And yeah, the fact that they're going to have these rules for additional vehicles opens up that possibility a little bit more to me. As I said, I'm not 100% convinced if I'm going to buy it, right? I like the idea of maybe doing terrain for it. I like the concept of a vehicle-based game. I really like the idea of Gaslands. I'm just not sure. These multi-part plastic kits, probably hobby-wise, going to take me too long. I sort of almost like the idea of the Gaslands matchbox kind of cars. And of course, the rules for Gaslands are like 10 quid. The rules for this are probably going to be in the big starter box only, and probably going to be like 80 quid maybe. So the price point's going to be pretty pivotal. I don't want to just keep buying stuff that I don't paint or I don't use, but it's one of those things where the game is really interesting. I really like it as an idea. I want to play Speed Freaks, but I just don't want to spend all my money and time playing a game that's dead in 6 months' time. Do you know what I mean? It's not like I would play the game if I didn't have to paint up everything, a la X-Wing, Attack Wing, those kind of things. But if I have to paint it all, assemble it all, and take off the mold lines, it's a whole hobby in itself, isn't it? The production of it, and whether or not I have the time or the energy really to do that, I don't know. But look at it, man. It's such an interesting game with its like Armada style movement template where it looks like it's got hinges. You look like you have secret reveal dice or maneuvers a la X-Wing. Oh, I keep saying the word a la in this. I don't know why. But yeah, like, it's just very interesting. Very interesting. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about the expansions. I don't know if I prefer the fact that you can buy additional stuff outside of the box to use in the box set, or if I would have just preferred a standalone box. I'm torn. I guess I would prefer a game that was going to get supported like indefinitely. And if you're going to do that, if you're going to support a game for the next couple of years, GW, one, they've not come out and said that like they have done with Kill Team, so I doubt that's the case. Two, if you were doing it sort of like Kill Team but with vehicles kind of concept, you would, or at least I would, you know, let people know and say they were going to do that, as I said, and yeah, you know, probably not do it when Kill Team had just come out like 3 months beforehand. I would give it a gap, but you know, I'm not the head of Games Workshop, probably for valid reasons, probably very sensible reasons also. So yeah, anyway, I know, pointless video. I know all my videos seem pointless these days, but it's one of those videos where I'm excited but cautiously. Will I play it? I don't know. I always like, I'm just giving you the true full opinion here that I'm not sure I'm going to play it, but there's been this little concept of expansions. I thought you guys should know if you are interested in it. If you're not, crack on, move on to the next video, fine. What you should do though is have a most beautiful day. If you're a Patreon, I do really appreciate that. I mean that so much, regardless of me hitting the mic. Have a beautiful day. Like and subscribe. Goodbye.